So today we begin Romans chapter 9, looking at verses 1 through 5. And Paul says that his desire is to see Israel come to Christ. He says, I'd even suffer eternal torment if that meant they came to Christ. And then he talks about all the things that Israel had been given. They were the ones exclusively, really, that God communicated with in the Old Testament. They were given the oracles of God. They were given the law. They were given the promise. They were given the covenant that God made, that he said, if you'll have faith, I'll send a Redeemer. And so that's the meaning of it. But let's see if we can draw some parallels, because we ourselves, we have people around us every day that are like, I just wish my so-and-so would come to Christ. Either my brother, my sister, my mom, my dad, my son, my daughter would come to Christ. And it breaks our heart in the same way. And even our friends and loved ones, those that we maybe don't have a blood relationship with. And we look and we say, just as Paul did, look, they've had so many opportunities, they've had so much that could happen. And so that brings us to a kind of what are God's plans for how our friends and loved ones come to Christ? And it's this, two things. Number one, we need to pray. If you read the book of Acts, you see that God opened people's hearts. And then John 6:47 said, no one can come to Christ except the Father draw them. So our prayer should be, Lord, open their heart. Open their heart so they can see. So they can see exactly what needs to happen for them. And secondly, we can ask questions of them. Just ask little questions here and there to say, hey, do you ever think about this or that? Things that get their heart to pondering and looking for and wanting to investigate the need that they have. Maybe we don't get a chance to give them a clear presentation of the gospel, but if we can just get their heart hungry, then it makes it to where they will then seek Christ on their own. God will open their heart. We have a way that we can help our friends and loved ones come to Christ. It's up to us to take the gospel to them in a way that is receptive to them. And it's up to us to keep them in our prayer list every day. And it's up to us to try to just drop little questions. Try to steer the conversation in a way that will make them think about their need. That is how we can see our friends and loved ones come to Christ. Want to read the whole devotional? Go to the link at the bottom of the page, and we'll see you tomorrow.